All right, hello, Math 7. Today we are doing the final lesson before the quiz, Unit 5, Lesson 4, percent equation. We can use this instead of the percent proportion. It is a little bit quicker, it is a little bit easier, maybe in your mind, than the percent equation, percent proportion. Part equals percent times whole. The percent has to be as a decimal. Remember to turn any percent to a decimal, you divide by 100. 50% turns into 0.5 if you divide it by 100. If you ever solve for the percent, you do the opposite and multiply by 100 to get back to the whole number percent. So let's try a couple examples and see what we get. So for A, it says, what is 6% of 200? Just like before, you identify the different parts of the problem. What is 6%? We know the percent right there. So 6% as a decimal divided by 100 is 0.6. Out of 200, that means that's the whole. So that means we're solving for the part. So to solve this, we do 0.06 times 200, which is 12. Boom. Come on over here. Let's jump down to this one because there's a bunch of examples. I don't want to do them all. 50%, we have the percent again. Divide by 100, you get 0.5 times out of 70. That means that's the whole. Solve for part again. 0.5 times 70 is 35. Easy as that. So these are a little bit quicker than doing the proportion where you set up the P over 70 equals 50 over 100, cross multiply and divide. Some people like the simplicity of that, where every problem is set up the same exact way, and then you just do the 2 steps, cross multiply and divide, and there's nothing wrong with that. These are a little bit quicker, a little bit easier to set up, and then it's either multiply or divide, as opposed to always cross multiply, always divide. We're on the bottom of page 131. Here we have, what percent of 40 is 9? So in this case, we don't know the percent, so that's going to be n. Out of 40, that's the whole, is 9, that's the part. So in this equation, the variable is not by itself, so we have to isolate it. The opposite of times 40 is divide 40 to both sides. Okay, if you divide 9 by 40, you get 0.225. Now, that's the decimal version of the percent. You don't want to leave it as that. So what you're going to do is multiply by 100, and you get 22.5%. All right, now, second one. We know 27 is the part. We don't know the percent again. We know 150 is the whole. Same thing, divide by 150. Divide by 150. Okay, 27 divided by 150 is 0.18. Turn that to a percent times 100 is 18%. The easiest ones to get tripped up on are these because you might forget to turn it back to a percent. So if you go from a percent to a decimal, it's divide by 100, 2 decimals to the left. You go from a decimal to a percent, it's times 100, 2 decimals to the right. All right, final type of problem. This is solving for the whole out of what number? So we know the part. We know the decimal. The percent. Don't forget to turn that to a decimal. This time we're going to divide by a decimal. And when you divide by a decimal, normally you get a weird answer. So you're going to have to round miss these answers. So 39 divided by 0.84 is 46.4 and a bunch of other decimals. So we're going to round it. 42 means it rounds to 46.4. Its tenths is the first decimal place. Next up, it says 26% of what number is 45? So 45, in this case, the 45 was over here, but it's still attached to that is. It's still of what number, so we know that we're solving for the whole. Out of, we don't know what the number is. 26% as a decimal. There you go. So we divide by 0.26, divide by 0.26. You get 173. In this case, you got to be careful because it came out as 0.0, which you might think it rounds, but the 0.1 makes it go 0.7 makes it go up to a 1. And there you have it. That's how you solve for part, whole, percent with the percent equation. It's a little bit quicker, maybe a little bit easier for you. You can use the equation or the proportion, up to you. Whatever you do whatever it takes to dominate the lesson. See me in class, email, message me if you have any other questions. Have a great day.